You so this is the screen we saw last time. Let me delete the whole thing. And I tell you why I got stuck. I'm deleting the tab Amos. So I'm going to delete the tab Amos. Bingo, it's gone. Okay? And now what I would like, I will refresh. There's nothing. I'm going to add one. Let's call it Opio. And bingo. And it's at save. This is just for me. This is giving me something. And bingo. It says okay, meaning it did okay. So I have Opio button. That one we saw last time, remember?
Yeah.
They have all those functions. See that? Okay. And we have a screen of Opio. Let's add another one. It's SEO. I do okay. It's just for me because I'm still working on it. Okay. Let's go back to Opio. I want to add a button in the screen of Opio. I want to add a button. How do I add a button? Here. See how nice it is. I go into setting. I click on button. And I click here. Up. See, this is beautiful. It shows me div. This one is a div that got that name, blah, blah, blah. I do okay. And where's the button? Should be a button here. Let me refresh it. I don't get it. Why? Opio? No, still doesn't work. It's refresh. Fresh. No, it doesn't like me. Probably have an error still. Let's go to SEO. Setting. Let's refresh it one more time. Setting. Button. Click on here. This is the div that I clicked on. Bingo. It shows me that there is creating a button. I still have errors, yeah? I have a lot of errors yet. Okay? And then I do okay. It made a button. You see that? I still have a lot of bugs. You see the button?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's click OK. And then let's click here. Allow. Which number do you like, Brenda? 99. And I move aside is saving it. Saving it to the database. Bingo is showing me what he's saving. I'll go over the whole things with you guys. Don't worry about it. It says okay. Let's refresh the screen. This is the stuff. Oh, there's a button here. You see that?
Yes.
Let's click on it. It says 99. Pretty cool. You like that? You get the idea? So
Yeah.
this one, it's helping up wide. Yeah, I still have a lot of bugs. It doesn't move even. I have to fix it. Yeah, it doesn't like me. You see that? I'm trying to move it. It got stuck. I destroyed it today, probably working today. I worked on it early in the morning, but it doesn't like me. See that? Fresh. Now I tried to move it, it doesn't like me. Let's see why. Click on it. It does work. But you know what, even before I go there, let's go here to the database. Refresh the screen. By the way, I made in the core now, I made two tables. One is the manager. So each application has a manager. You with me? Now it's really the important things. Now we can really start relate and we'll fix what I did, some of it. By the way, this is probably the most weird session you will ever have in your life because I'm showing you stuff that as I'm working on it, I myself haven't finished. I'm still working on it. Still doesn't work exactly, but that's life for a real computer scientist. Okay? And by the way, last time I showed you I had only this table, if you remember. And we had one row for each tab. So each tab we have two tabs here. Each one of them has a row, correct? Now what I did, I wanted to do it, and there is a lot of parameters I need per application. So if I have application for macroeconomics, if I have application for the business simulation, for any other application one day will develop, I wanted to organize it in such a way that will be the main table, we call the managers. So every application will have a row in here. That makes sense, Daniel? Looks familiar. We did that in other things as well. If I click on here, I get, by the way, the only things for now I have, it is last object number 6. You see that?
Yeah.
It's like giving numbers to components, and you will see when you get there. But that's only one thing for now we're using it for. We'll use it for other things. So every application will have its own numbers. But that's what we'll see as we go along. And every application will have its own tabs. For now, I'm only playing on, no, sorry, I'm playing on my computer. So every application will have one row for every tab. So I have SEO tab and I have OPIO tab. So each one of those tab will have its own row in the database. So far, so good. So if I add another one, and let's add Michael, that one should add, it will make another tab, and bingo, you see, I have 3 tabs now. Refresh, okay, and here we go. Hey, by the way, I have a tab here. You see the button happen under SEO? It gives a button, because I created a button for SEO. We'll get to that. This is the hardest element, and then it should, not the hardest, will be even harder when we try to do other things. But for now, in SEO, it should work. Here we go. When I click, it's 99. I go to Michael, it's empty. I didn't really add anything. Okay, but how many rows should I have here? I should have another row for Michael. Here we go, one for Michael. Got it?
Yeah.
Now, each one of them manages the table. So all the code that we used to do in Django and putting them inside here we go. By the way, this is the 2 that I'm playing. No, this is the one I'm playing with. In business simulation, we don't have any tabs. You see, we have only one HTML. If you look at the corporate valuation that I did regularly, like in Django, look how many I have. Gosh, look at how many HTMLs we have. And then I have here. And under here, I have include, blah, blah, blah. And I have all those JavaScript. See how many? And that's really hard to follow. You got it? So
Yes.
what's the idea? The real beauty of this idea, we're really inventing what people will do tomorrow. When you go here, let's go to SEO. Only SEO, I added a function and a button. What the code for this button exists? It exists in the database. So let's go to SEO. That's really the most beautiful part. Let's look at what we have. Okay, it says it belongs to this application. You see that? The tab name is SEO. The tab title, by the way, I make it always the first letter capital, but this is just nothing. The tab text I'm going to remove. This one is going to be removed, so I'm not going to talk about it. But let's look at the last two. Both of them are JSON. You with me, guys?
Yeah.
Yes, doctor.
What do I have inside? This one, it's for functions that belongs for the tab. So let's go back here and let's look at when I'm in SEO and go to the code. This is the functions. It doesn't work. I have a bug here. I need to fix it. I will fix it with you. Okay, I will fix it with you. Okay. And when I will fix it. I did something and I think I know what the error is. But those function init, my click, other click, those one belongs to the tab. They are general functions for the tab. So when I click on IPO, they're operating, or on SEO, those one being activated. On the other hand, when I'm here and the button, by the way, I want that when I click on the button, I haven't done it yet. I just still in the middle of developing it. When I'm looking at all, we're gonna have a lot of elements inside the tab because this is gonna be the application. I might make a component to make a table, to make an input, make a span, make a header, all the stuff that you know in HTML. We would like to be able to generate them, and we'll make those smaller with icons, beautiful in the future. But all those functions that belongs, that they're generating this code or making the button and the function of the buttons. So we have two elements in every tab, general functions, and we have something that has to do with the stuff inside the tab. So far, so good, Daniel? You must be the expert, Daniel. You're gonna be, this is really your baby. Michael, your baby is gonna be the machine learning.
Yes.
Eventually, I want all of you to know everything, but you can't really do everything in one day. Okay, Brenda, you're going to be the one that makes money for us. I mean it. Okay,
Yes, doctor.
and I will help you out. Darlene, I think she has that spark of making money.
Yeah.
I like that. So by the way, really honestly, let's look at, read about one thing. See, I follow Facebook now big time. Okay, and I will show you how when you trade, you might lose money, but not really, because you have to really understand options deeply. I will give you one or two. Look at Tesla. Tesla is a very good example. So that I'm jumping, you know me by now. My brain cannot be in one place at the same time for too long. I have to jump all the time. Let's look at Tesla. Can we make money out of Tesla, Brenda? I think so. Big time. Not only Tesla, and that's what I told Darlene, follow Tesla and companies in the same industry. Remember?
Yes.
So we already have downloaded the data for Tesla. Start studying it. And when you get to the right time, you will see you can make money out of Tesla. Here is Tesla. This is their financial statement. Are they sound? Study it. Okay, Brenda? Help Darlene. Tell Darlene you want her to follow Tesla deeply. More than that. Not only Tesla. When you go here, and you know Tesla is 3711. Remember, now you understand why I'm always telling you that 3711. There's another forecast. I already downloaded, I think, the data for them. Okay? Look at the financial statement of the other companies as well. So tell her to follow those companies. This one, we don't have the financial statement as it should. But for Ford is a huge company. General Motors is a huge company. You look at Tesla, you look at the stock prices, look at what happened in Tesla. My God. Can you make money? Definitely you can make money. But you have to be very careful. Look at what happened. It used to trade for $48. Now in the peak, it arrived to $11.44. My God. Honest to God, if you invested $44, one stock, you could have made $1,100 for one stock. If you bought 10 for $400, you'll have $11,000. Some people don't make it the whole year in Uganda. Am I right?
Yeah.
Now look at what happened to the stock. It's collapsed from 1,100 to 800. 30% down. Look at that. 30% down from October last year to this. So let's go and look at the last year. Here it was 1,200, the truth of the matter. It's only 824 as of yesterday. Today, seems like people are going to buy the stock. People realize it's a good stock to buy. Should we buy it or shouldn't we? That's a question. Is that right, Brenda?
Yes, doctor.
So step number one, you start here. You start here. You look at Tesla. You look at their financial statement. This one you know how to read now, Brenda. Am I right? That's my
Yes.
course of financial statement analysis. Remember?
Yes, doctor.
You know, you have the income statement. We downloaded the data, didn't we?
We
Look at
did.
their revenue going beautifully. Went up to 53 billion. This is all billion in millions, by the way. 53 billion, almost 54 billion. The company, let's look at their profit. Oh, they lost money, lost. Eh, what happened in the last 2 years? They make a hell of a lot of money. Should we invest or shouldn't we?
We should.
I don't know. We should at least follow. Never say we should. You learn that from me. It seems like. Oh, hold a second, just one second. Hello. כן, מדבר. תמר, אני חושב אשתי אמרה לי שהכסף עבר הבוקר. תודה מאוד. תראי, אשתי אפילו לפנייך התקשרה. היא כל דקה בודקת את החשבון, את רואה? אני לא בדקתי, היא בדקה. נכון, אין כמו אנשים. מה מתוקה, תודה לך. תגידי לי, אבל למה עבר רק 21? היה צריך לעבור יותר, 23 אם אני לא טועה. את יכולה להסתכל למה? Okay, we are back. What Daniel is looking at. Michael, what are you looking at?
The big screen.
I thought maybe some girls walking out of the window. I don't know. Oh, it was recorded, so anyway. So is it a good company? In my opinion, it's a very good one. But why did I say not necessarily? Because who knows? Will they be able to keep it up? Should the price now, by the way, and now, how do we invest in Tesla? That's a whole big topic. A year from now, you will know very well. And that's your responsibility, Linda. You got it?
Yes, doctor.
Yes, doctor.
So for now, what I would like you to start even with Darlene, look at Tesla and their friend, I call it. Look at if you go to the S&P, look at General Motors. I downloaded their data, by the way. Look at their data. Are they making money? Income statement. You have the data. Not all the data is available, but earnings per share. See, they're also making money. I don't know if that's their data. Let me refresh. I always like to refresh. And you can type here GM. That's your job, Brenda. And here we go. Let's look at the income statement. Yeah, their income statement, yeah, they do making money. Their operating income. but they have a lot of interest. Bottom line, they're making money. It looks like nice, stable. Looks like a stable company, isn't it? I think so. Let's look at the ratio analysis. Debt to equity, 1.5. You see that? So you start comparing companies. That's why we want, by the way, Daniel, this is something I want to write with you. We'll automate it. So when you go to comparable companies, he doesn't like me. Why he doesn't like me? Because I didn't really push GM probably. Let's go to the admin. Let's do that. Maybe I didn't push it. See, you see, I changed stuff, by the way. Michael, I organized that for making sure the installation takes time. You can't do everything in one day. So look at
Yeah.
the companies. Why he doesn't like me? Do I have quarterly data? Yeah, I do. Let's refresh. Everything is hard. It's not easy. GM. It's a monster. It really is a monster, but it will work eventually. It's going to comparable companies. I have an error probably here somehow. Why? I don't know. I need to check why. It should give me the comparable companies, but I will check it. Okay? And I will clean it up. My brain is so consumed on other things. So I will clean it up. It will be just fine. For now, we can leave it. That's fine. We'll get there. Anyway, so Tesla, Brenda, why don't you follow Tesla and their friend? Tesla means the auto cars. By the way, you can get also the boys interested in that. They will like that. Tesla, there's so many other companies. By the way, there's a company called Lucia, competitors of Tesla. I think it's called Lucia something. Yeah, here we go, Lucid. Look at this company. If this is a good company or a bad company. They are competitors of Tesla. It's not in our list. We don't have it in the list. It's very small company. They are not part of, you won't find it as part of the, by the way, here is their ticket, LCID. So they are not part of, they are not that big. So if you put their ticker here, you won't find them. On the other hand, maybe you still can find them here. There might be, I have a huge list. If you put it here, maybe we do have, maybe we can pull the data for it. No, it's too small. So I even removed it. They don't even have XBRL. So I can't really have it in the system. But I know that it exists because I do reading. I read a lot. So this company, by the way, you can go and read their portfolio and here and know a little bit. They are in the California area. And you can read and you see that they are electrical vehicles. You see, they're just trying to make a car like Tesla. Will that be successful? Will that be successful? I don't know. I would like to see a little bit. Let's look, first of all, what they did, what their stock price looks like. Look at that. They started about 2 years ago. They only exist about 2 years. That's it. The beginning, they were traded for $9.78. People thought they're going to be like Tesla. They were willing to pay even $56. Boom, they collapsed to 26, continue collapse, blah, 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 blah. And then for some reason, God knows what the reason. You can read about it. Their price went to the sky. Again, 52. Now, they're going down. I claim they're going to collapse. Can we make money out of this company, Brenda?
No?
Yes. Because when you trade with option, if you sell option when you were here, you make the profit of the difference. That's the beauty of option versus stock. Stock, you make money only if it goes up. If it goes down, you lose money. You got it?
Yes, doctor.
Options, you can have two types. One type that makes money when it goes up, another type makes money when it goes down. So if you know where it's going and you buy the right option, you make money also when it goes down. Now, people don't believe it's going to continue going down. How do you know that? When you go here, what happened yesterday? See what happened yesterday? The price went up for 22 to 24. People still believe it's a good company. They're stupid. When you analyze the company and you look at the financial statement, by the way, I will show you later on how you can add it to the list here. You need to know how. It's not in the list because I didn't think when I pulled the data, I didn't think I should. You got it? But I will show you how you do that. Okay? Wix wasn't there and I added Wix, by the way. And I will show you one time. So this is a good one.
Yeah.
A friend of Tesla, I call it, but there's a lot of friends of Tesla. I think I have an article here. Investing in automotive. Read. You have to read a lot. The top car industries. Here we go. You want to read about those companies. Tesla. There's other ones. There are a lot of stupid companies that people buying and selling. You got it, Brenda?
Yes, doctor.
Now you understand why it's so important to read a lot.
Yes.
It's not enough to know the numbers, but it's not enough to read either. You can read, and a lot of them making mistake in their articles. Some of them are stupid analysts. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's go back to our stuff. This is really going to be our Rolls Royce, and I think I know where the arrow is. Okay? But one thing I want you to know, this structure. We started with this structure. This structure we have in the core, we have really three tables. This one has to do with the debuggers. We don't really care. But we have those two. One is for the managers. Every application will have its own row. And every row linked to the other table with a foreign key. So far, that makes sense. Is that right, Daniel? And how do you know where it exists? That's one you do know. I'm going to close this one. I'm going to go to the motors in the core. That one, very clear to you, very easy. Is that right?
Yes.
That you know how to handle. So you have the manager. The manager has only a name and has a content. And which kind of a field? Hey, by the way, this is funny. I haven't taught you this field only recently. Am I right? JSON field?
Yeah.
Because it really is advanced field. Most of the people don't use it because they don't know how to use it. But it's a beautiful field. It takes a JSON, it takes a dictionary. And a dictionary you can put a hell of a lot. What am I doing in this table for now? Almost nothing. But as we go along, we'll have a lot of words. If I go back to here and I go to the core and I go to the manager, let's see what I put so far. I have only one because I'm using it on my computer. If you go into this table, there's only one application. This is the name of the application, BATM, correct? And has a dictionary. And the only things I put there is just to keep the last number. You see that, number 6?
Yes.
See that? Now, it's keeping numbers. Hey, numbers of what? It's a very important, it's very cool and very sophisticated way of creating a website on the fly. So if I go back to here, let's go to the second table, and that one you do understand. Look at the other table. I call it Data Advanced Tabs. And this one has the manager, which is a foreign key to this one. That one we understand. Correct, Brenda?
Yes, doctor.
And here I can have several tabs. So far I made only 3. I made 3 of them. All those 3 are linked to the same application. That makes sense. And now what did I put here? Very interesting. The tab name is just a text. The title, by the way, the title, it is really what we see. That's what we see here. This is Opio with a capital O. Do you see that? SEO with a capital A. Mike, I can change it. In fact, eventually I'm going to do, when you go here in the right side, okay? In fact, I'm going to allow you that you can change the, in fact, it really shouldn't be there. That's very tricky. I need one more place. I didn't think about it. The code, the setting. I should really put another part here in the bottom. Yeah. A setting for the tab and a setting for the component. When you click here, eventually, I want it to bring all the functions, the setting of the button, but I need also a setting for the tab itself. All right, I will reshuffle it around a little bit. But let's go back to the understanding. So I have a title, and I have, if you see, this one I'm going to remove. For now, I kept it. So this one is going to go away. But I put two fields, which are, both of them are dictionary. Do you see that? Both of them are dictionary. This one going to go away. That's what I used before for the HTML. I'm still not sure how I'm going to do it. These one are too simple. The one is the name of the tab, one is for the title. And then there is two columns. And what those two columns about? So let's go and look at that here. Let's go back to the table. This one you understand. Let's go to the SEO. What do I have in the SEO? The tab name is SEO. Is that right?
Yeah.
That was one column. The title is SEO with capital A. Do you see that?
Yes.
And then this one I said we're skipping for now. And then I have two, one tab content and one tab functions. This one, it has all the functions, by the way, what I showed you last week. The function SEO init, SEO, SEO my click, other click. It's when somebody else clicks on the tab, I get notified and all of that. And this one, this is beautiful. This is new. I didn't show you. The button, if you look at this button, here when I click on it, I got 99. Why is that function being kept? It's kept in this column. I have objects. Hey, you see the number 6? Can you see it? It's too small, I think. Maybe make it bigger so you can see it better. Can you see it better now?
Yes.
Yes.
You see objects, and I get objects number 6.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
see that?
Yes, doctor.
By the way, hey, interesting. You know what? Let me open this one again so I can see the link between the two. Let me go back to here and let's open the manager. And let's go here. What is the last number, last object number?
6.
6. This guy is giving numbers to component. He kept track. So he kept a unique name to each component. We'll get there. For now, at least you know, the manager is managing the whole application, one of which is giving names. Giving names is a very important element, by the way. So the manager gives names. And by the way, when let me take this one here. And now, see, I generated a button. Where is it? The X is 77, Y is 120. I'll come back to that. The title for now is a button. You see it says button here? Let's change it. I'll change this. This is really not the right way to do it. What do you want to call this button, SEO? What do you like the best? Is that right? So let's call that button money. I saved it. Let's get back to here. refresh the screen. This is too big. Let's refresh. Okay, let's go to SEO. And what does it say here, Brenda?
Money.
Oh, now you see that there's a link between. It's not randomly money. Now, what I would like, I'm going to continue developing this one. I want when you click, you do control and click on the money, it will not activate the function because it knows you are a programmer. And it will go here automatically and it will show you all the function, the setting, and you can change the title. You start getting the idea, Michael?
Yes, doctor.
It's really abstract. It looks like weird. But what the beauty here that you can put really, by the way, this is really a nice. So object number 6 in SEO, let me make it bigger. Number 6 is really an object. By the way, X and Y, I'm going to fix it. I'm not doing it right. I changed the title. The object name is AC, it's Academy City button. It's very complex. I spend a hell of a lot. But we have functions. That button, which is a button, it has one click function. You see that?
Yeah.
And the code is sitting right here. It's beautiful. And what did we say to him to say? Alert 99. You see that? Pretty cool. So the function of click on click of the button, it's being kept in the database. That changes. It's not 99. Which number do you like, Michael? 100. That's a better number. Is that right? Save it. Let's refresh. Go to SEO. Click on money. Hey, she won $100.
Yeah.
Isn't it cool? That's really cool. But it doesn't work as I want it yet. But it's getting there. You got it? But at least you got the idea.
Yeah.
How would you go to design it? One day, Daniel, it's not enough to understand. You have to be the creative one. You have to come with ideas. How would you approach a system like that? My God, how does it work? By the way, after this is, I have a bug, I will fix it. It should move. You know, it used to move until I destroyed it, but I will fix it. And I click here, wow, it does it. By the way, let me try it. Let me do another thing. Let me delete all of them. Let's delete SEO. SEO is gone. Let's delete Opio. Opio is gone. Let's delete Michael. Michael is gone. What is really gone? Remember certificate 1 in Django, the D billings? Let's go here. Let's say, how many rows should be here now?
None.
None. Oh, beautiful. None. Is that right? By the way, I don't really care. I didn't even waste my time. Now let me keep it here on this one. I opened two. That's the reason. Let's refresh this one. See, nothing changed. The administrator of this application is still there because the one that's generating it, it's the view of the application. When you go into the application, it's automatically creating this one. I don't really care to zero it up because who cares what the numbers will be as long as it will keep running. So I didn't even bother. But just to demonstrate the importance of it, let's go and create Opio again. Add. Let's refresh. Add. Opio. Let's start with SEO this time so we know we're doing it randomly. Bingo. Save, it's saving. Bingo, you see all this code, scary code? Bingo. It did okay. What did I got behind the screen? Is there anything changed here? Yeah, we have SEO. You see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
But we have an SEO. Oh, the name of the tab is SEO. This one is turned to SEO capital. This one I don't really care. I'm going to delete that column. Objects are empty. We don't have anything in SEO tab. But I have the regular functions. You see those?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know when the bug is start propagating. I need to. If this is moving, yeah, it is moving. It's probably getting destroyed as I go along. Refresh. Okay, here we go. This is working. It is working. I need to find out why does it get stuck. But SEO doesn't have anything inside. You see that?
Yeah.
I want, the idea is, I want to design this page, put anything I want. One day I want to put there a span. Span, you know, when you write something inside. Is that right? An input element, a button. For now, I was testing only on button. I will do it probably in the future. But when I click to make a button, I click first here. I need to make it that will turn to red or something. You already keep this information that I want to make a button. Now I click here. See what happened? It recognized that I want to make a button on this area. This is the div of the content. This is really the web page of SEO. Everything's going to be inside. So he's recognizing it. You see that? Each one of them get a name. It will. This one, it's an ID SEO content. If I make another tab, Opio, it will say, it will have another div, and it will have a Opio content. So he knows on which did I click. You got it? Now,
Yes.
let's keep moving. Now, here it's creating an object. Wow, this is sophisticated. Which number did he got?
Number 7.
7. Do you see number 7? Object number?
Yes.
Just for fun. Did he update it already? I don't know. In fact, honest to God, I don't even remember. Let's see if I open it. Did he update it already? It's still 6. He didn't update yet. Because I don't know if he was successful or not yet. But hold a second and we'll see. Let's do okay. And here we go. I have a button. Let's click on click. He allowed me to do a function. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's add here. I'm adding a function, alert. And let's write here, just test. And see when you go out, it's saving it. It will save everything, by the way. I need, see, and it save, a lot of stuff. Bingo. It tells me, okay, it means that he saved it. Now let's go and look at here. Let's refresh the screen. Oh, bingo. You see that, Binder, what happened?
Yes, doctor.
This filled up. This is the button we just added. It's a number 7. You see that?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. It has a lot of information. By the way, he's also keeping that you have a function on click for that button. Let's go into here now. This one should be which number?
Number 7.
It should be number 7. See, it's keeping track. So if you create another element, it will give it a different number. Got it? Daniel, you need to know that by heart. Does that make sense?
Yes, doctor.
No, it does make sense. You should know it by heart. Just checking you. Okay? Now, it's supposed to work in such a way, I still have bugs to clean, that if I want to create another button, okay, I should go here, but it doesn't work for some reason. I click on button and click here. Oh, it does. I don't know. By the way, if you see it, this is really all the code of, this is just for me, because we already have a button and the button ID was 7. It's going to add to it another one. It's adding object And this is going to be number 8. You see that? Number 8. And
Yeah.
bingo. Oh, it did 8, by the way. I didn't know it works. But here it gets stuck, I think. No, it doesn't. I don't know what I did. Let's do alert. What do we want to write here? Second button. By the way, I don't have a place to change the title. You see that? That's why we need to open a place here so you can write. We'll open the object name, the title, the number, everything will be on the right side. You got it? And then when you change the title here, it will change the title of the button. I don't have a place yet. I need to open it up. Is that right?
Yes,
Okay,
doctor.
let's click here. Saved. Bingo. Bingo. Now let's go back here. Let's refresh. Oh, Brenda, what do you have now?
We have 8.
I have 2 buttons. Is that right?
Yeah.
Here we go. You have you have objects. Object number 7. It is a button with all the stuff, and object number 8. That's pretty cool. How would you design a system that can do it? Wow. You can't really find a book for that. There's no books that teaches that. That's a book you're supposed to write next year, 2023 or 2024, when we write a book on that. For now, we're trying to develop it. But this is beautiful, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Now, when we go here, let's see if it works. If I click on this, hey, it doesn't work. Hey, because I have a bug probably. At least it's nice. It knows how to recreate the buttons again, which is not a trivial thing either. Let's see if I click now. When I click now, it does work. Just a test. Let's see the second one. It does work. I don't know how I did it. Honest to God, I forgot. But I need to look it up and to continue. This one is not moving for some reason. You see, it gets stuck for some reason. Those one don't work either after I refresh. There's a reason for that. Those one do work. But this one paralyzed for some reason. We need to figure out why does it do that. I think I know why this one does. Okay, but at least for today, I think it's a big jump to understand that everything that we were doing using Django in this way, on putting in the template and inside putting a lot of, by the way, here it's really trivial. We don't putting anything. Remember that, Daniel, from last sessions?
Yes.
When you look at the regular program, any program we did so far, let's look at the application. Let's go to the Fab House. How would we do a Fab House today? Would be totally different. Look at that. You have all of those one. You click here. Yep, this is like just stupid one. Here we go. And we got all those stuff. All of that can be in the database. Is that right?
Yeah.
Then it would be really much nicer, wouldn't it? So this is really what we're heading, doing something nobody has done in Django. And then when we publish it, believe me, everybody will know about you, not only in Uganda. It's like Django. How do you know about Django? I told you, but if you look it up now, a lot of people using Django. One day, hopefully they will be using our stuff. And R is on top of Django. You got it?
Yeah.
It is managing Django even better. Especially the JavaScript. JavaScript, nobody has really a good editor. And all of that is done within 2 naive tables. That's cool. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, let's try to see if I can at least getting you now. You might lose me, but at least the model you understand, 2 tables. Every tab has its own role, like we did in the deep billing application. And I can go into This one is, we went over it last time. By the way, I didn't touch it. It works like a charm. This is most likely we don't need to change. It will stay the same. It manages everything inside. It really is beautiful. The only thing is when I remove this one, when I remove the tab, I will remove the saving that field. That's the only things I probably will need to do, but this is done. It's almost sure. I'm not sure. I'm never sure until I finish. This is gonna stay the same. It's a concept. It's a concept. This is an object that communicate to the server. Delete the tab, add the tab. That's the only two things I need to do. Am I right? Then, when I grab all the tab and bring it to the manager, and this one just really helping to make sure this is consistent. So this is like only assistant. And the last one is the saving, when I save the data. So most likely I don't really need to change this one, okay? Let's go and look at what else do I need to change. This one I most likely don't need to touch. This is the default. I don't need to touch it. This is really where all the action takes place. This is probably one of the hardest file you have ever seen, probably most likely you will ever see. One of the hardest. The structure we said, and with that we'll finish. We have the manager, the tab manager, up to here. I will skip this one. By the way, this is an object that designed to manage component like the button and all of those. This is the hardest object. I will skip it for now. Okay? I will skip it for now. And then you have a tab. Each row in the database being managed by a tab object. So this is a tab object. So every tab being managed by an object in JavaScript. Okay? And then comes the editor. So we have a window that knows how to float. This is something you need to know by heart, Daniel. Maybe next time we will do a session only on this one. Okay, Daniel? Only on this one. This is standalone object that manages this element. Let me see if I can refresh. Will move now or not? I don't know. No, it doesn't. Probably I destroyed something. This one, this object, okay, it's being managed by this one, but I inherit from it. I call it a pop-up window. So this one is inheriting from this one in JavaScript. So I can add more functionality to this. So this is the editor, very complex. Every editor has buttons. You see all those buttons? That's okay. The setting, each one of them is a button. They are the menu buttons, the main menu buttons. They are managed by this object. The other one is the submenu buttons. If you notice, when I clicked on the code, I got two buttons here. Each button is an object. Each button is managed by this one. By the way, not really, it's an object and inherit from this. Same things about the other one. Each button is inheriting from the parent. The hard work, and this is really, by the way, functions that you can attach to each one of them. The real work is done here after everything is done perfectly. This is really why I put the final code. This is the beauty of it. It's really, it works beautifully. Let me see if I can figure out, I think I know where the error is. I think I know what the error is. Let me try to remove it, and then I will fix it. It's inside this object. It's an interesting, let me see if I remove this part, if it will be nice to me. And remove that error. And then I will get back. I think this is what I added it. It doesn't like me. And let me just try it for a second. No, that's not what makes the error. I have no idea what. This one does work. By the way, I might even change. No, I don't think I want to change. This one is the one that is touching the function. Now, what this one does, gosh. No, it doesn't work, this one. Let me see if I get here at all. Let me see if I get here at all. But I won't waste your time because I'm not ready. It's not ready to really go over that with you. But at least you can appreciate the way it works. See, when I refresh, this is an object. You see that? Object number 7. You see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, okay. And then goes to object number 8. This should number 8. And it doesn't like me. So I'm curious to know. This one give me the JSON. Let me write it here. And let me write alert. So I know where I am. And let's say I'll write. This is the way that I find. I get lost myself. Then I know that I'm here. Let's write number 1 here. I'm sorry. And then I'll write number 1 here again. Number 1, 1. So I know I'm getting here. And then let's see if I'm getting inside here. Let me even write here, alert 1, I. I don't know if that will do. By the way, I'm not sure this one is right. I have a feeling this is wrong. Most likely this is wrong, alert. The functions doesn't have itself. Let me see if it does. Maybe this one does not exist and I need to change it. Maybe, maybe not, I'm not sure. Control V. And let me write here 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, something like that. Okay? Okay. See, Daniel, one day I want you to know this structure by heart. And when I tell you add something, you will know how to do it. So we can move also to the machine learning stuff. No, this one. No, it doesn't get there. I'm not getting here at all. That's the create editor. I'm not getting here at all. It is in the create something else. That's in the create object. I think it's in here. Let's see what happened here. I think the error is here altogether. So let's refresh again. Refresh. 22, yeah. That's why I'm getting it. So this one, it's here. So let's see where the error is. By the way, you can tell I'm building up the button. You see that? That's a really hard one. I'm making a button here. You see that, Daniel?
Yes, Doctor.
I'm creating a button with the element name. And then I'm giving it a number. You see that?
Yes.
So it's a button. And then I'm giving him some style. By the way, this one, I'm probably making a mistake. This should be PX here. That's why it doesn't put it in the right place. It should be PX, I think. Okay? And then I'm giving him a title. You see that?
Yeah.
And then after I'm giving it a title, I'm giving him his own functions. This one does work. So this is okay. By the way, this is the way the buttons look like. Let's look at it. So you can see the button code. And here eventually, I'm adding it up to the container. Okay? This is a very important function. Let's see that one. By the way, let me just make sure I will write here alert think I wrote 22. Let's write 1,000 after that, like that. So we know that this function up to the end is working fine. Let's refresh. So when I'm reading the data from the database and is going over all the objects, for the first object is starting, it gets, this is the information that came from the database that we kept. You got it?
Yeah.
Now, it start creating the button. You see, it said it made the button. You see that, Daniel?
Yes, doctor.
By the way, did you see I changed it to 107px top 96px? This is like pixels supposed to be. And then it gives me a buttons. This one should be changed. I need to give a way to change it. Next, you see 22, 1,000?
Yeah.
That means it got to the end with no error. So this function is most likely is fine. This is not what makes the error. Okay? By the way, you know, I will open this one for you again so you can see how do we attach the functions to it. So, and it's going to repeat itself for the second button. Okay. All right, let's refresh again. I open again. 22. This is this is the button. You see the function? Daniel,
Yes, doctor.
you see how I'm attaching the on click to it, to the button, and inside you have alert. That's what we got in the function. And then it goes here. Then the next, this is the button, and he added, you got to the end. Then it goes to the second one. Second one, it has also a button function, a different function, second button. You see that? And he's attaching it to the button. So this is not the error. And now this is why it works, because I attached the functions to it. That's pretty cool. So this function, you one day have to know it by heart. I just commented out. I will comment this one out. We don't need it. This one is not the problem. That's not where the error is. And I don't need to see this button. So now the beauty here, if I restart, and it's really refreshing, is going over all the code, it made all the buttons. See how quick it is? Amazingly quick. The only problem is I have an error here and I don't know what this error come from. I have no idea. So the error is mostly has to do with whoever is calling this function. So who is calling this function? Who is in charge of this function? Let's see. This function exists twice. This is the definition of the function. Is that right in JavaScript?
Yeah.
And somebody else is calling it. By the way, it's an old habit that I have, which is not a bad idea in JavaScript, to put semicolon after every row. There's a good reason for it. The rest is not really interesting. You know, let me even take this one out. I don't need it. This one, I kept it for myself, you know, but it's going to be removed, all of that stuff. But who is calling this function? So let's see. This guy is being called by here. So, and then after that, it does, this one is returning it to somebody. So somebody, this function is calling, see, this is really interesting. This so sophisticated, it goes to the parents. Who is the parents here? Gosh. So who is the parent? So you get here, outer HTML. What is that one? We'll get to that. And you get a dick if it's a node, it does something. And then it goes to the parents. The parents is really is the administrator, because the tab, this is a function of the tab. Is that right? Can you tell that? That's a function of the tab?
Yes.
A tab has a parent. And here, this function being called is calling this function. This function calling this function is working just fine. But what this function does, and who is the owner of this function, is the tab. You can tell it's part of the tab definitions. Here is the tab starting from here. It has several functions, one of which is this one. He knows how to create object for himself. But he really doesn't do the work. He cannot do it himself. He has to use the manager, because if he doesn't have a number, he has to ask the manager, give me a number. The numbering is by the manager. The tab cannot handle numbering. Why? Can you think about it? Why? Why the tab cannot handle the numbering? See, those objects getting a number. Why don't I give the tab to give numbers? Anybody? Can you think about it? See, every object, see, if I do right click, inspect, we'll see the code for that button. Is that right? See, that button got an ID 7. The other button got ID 8. Why didn't I give this number? This is the ID, by the way, the number is the ID of the button, of the component. That's good enough. Why the tab cannot be the one that gives numbers? What do you think?
You might have different tabs.
Huh?
Tap under the pressure.
I have a bug. When I fix it, then you can see the reason. If I had another tab, let's add another tab, Opio. I have a bug, so I can't really demonstrate the way I should. Okay, now we have another button. Okay, we have two. Here we have two buttons. It really should work. This one should work, but it doesn't, unfortunately. I don't know why. Let me see if it works. I click on the button. I click here. Oh, it does. I don't know. Let's see, maybe it does. See, it says it's going to put something on the Opio content. Is that right?
No.
It's going to put a button. And by the way, here we go. You see, it's calling that function, the place that I put it. Remember? Then it goes to here. And he's making a new button, and he's getting number 9. So although the button is going to be in Opio, he's getting number 9, not number 1 or 2. Because I didn't give Opio to manage it. I didn't give the tab to manage it. I gave it to the administrator, the manager. Why? Can you think about why? Here we go. Let me continue. That's a test. Tomorrow you should know the answer. Let's see if it works. No, it doesn't. I have a bug. But I got a button. Let me save it, just in case. I think it will save it. Let me refresh. No, it didn't like me. You see, it didn't save the button of Opio. I have a bug. I need to fix it. Now, think about it. Why can't I get Opio to give his own objects numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, SEO numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for its own? Why? By the way, I don't know if he saved it. I'm curious to see if it saved it. I don't know what the bug. I need to figure it out. Opio. Let's see what happened in Opio. Did he save the button at all? No, I didn't save the button. See that? The button wasn't saved. So I have an error in the saving or something. I need to fix it. But if it was saving, let's cheat. You want to cheat? SEO, how would you cheat?
No problem.
Huh? How would you cheat? Let's copy. I love copying. It's got your brain touch. Copy all her stuff and go into use. Let's say this is one thing that helps you to fix up the errors. You have buttons. What would be the mistake if I did that? It should make the same buttons also for you. Is that right?
Yeah.
That would be a big mistake. I got an L. I should get an L. Think about it. Okay, let's delete button number 7. We don't need number 7. SU has 7 and 8, is that right? So you'll
Yes.
have only one button. If it was number 8 also, and SU has number 8, you have 2 buttons has the same name. But if I give you number 9, then each button will have its own identity. Got it?
Yes.
That's why the manager has to give the names. Otherwise, you will have a conflict. You have objects that has the same ID.
Okay.
You got it or not?
Wait,
I'll
but-
demonstrate in a second. Tomorrow, after tomorrow, when I fix it, let's put here second button, but let's say in the function, I will put opio. It should work, but I'm not sure. We'll see. I intentionally put number 9, otherwise I will have a problem. Refresh. Let's see if that will work. No, it didn't like me. Now I got 3 buttons here. Hey, that's pretty cool. Why did he got it here? Huh. Interesting. Here, opioid didn't got it. I need to figure it out. But in any case, this button should be in your place. Is that right?
Yeah.
No, I'm a stupid copier. In fact, when I did it, I told him here to which container you should be belong to. Container ID, I should change it to opio. It will do it eventually. It will do it automatically. Now it will know where to put it. Now let's try that again. Ah, interesting. ESO has 2 buttons, opio has 1 button. The button went to the right place. Click on it, it works. Second button, opio. Ah, pretty cool. Now we're not going to program that one. We want to do it in the editor. We'll fix it. But hold a second. Now I want to show the most interesting one. That will be enough for today. If you go to the inspections, what do you really have? You have 1 button for SEO, 1 button for opio. Okay, that's for the buttons. And then we have divs. And we have divs, 1 for SEO content and 1 for opio content. Is that right?
Yeah.
In fact, this is really the page. Now, when I go to the div here and I open those 2 divs, both of them, she has 2 buttons. You see that? 7 and 8.
Yeah.
And you got number, that will be a problem. Is that right? 2 buttons with the same
ID.
number. I cannot really know which button I clicked on if I want to refer to them. So that's an error. How would I fix it? I have to go to opio and go and fix it. When I come, why does it say? Here we go. That should be number 9 here. It should be changed here too. That's where it takes its form. Okay? So, save it. And let's go back to here. Refresh the page. And now let's go and look at that. 7, 8, 9. That's the way it's supposed to be. Now, if you have hundreds of them, you get totally lost. That's why the manager gives numbers and not the tab. That makes sense?
Yes.
Because you want to keep unique. This looks like different tabs, but the truth of the matter is the same web page. Is that right? It's just different divs. You're hiding one and you're showing the second one, and vice versa. Is that right? But they are all on the same page. So you want to make sure that everything's on the page will have a unique number, ID. And that's the way you do it. That's why the manager give the numbers and not the tab. That was a good quiz question. Certificate 7. Is that right? That's a
Yes.
hard question. It has nothing to do with Python, JavaScript, or whatever. It has to do with the way of designing a system. Now, who creates those buttons? That's that weird object, but we will get to the next time. We didn't get to the machine learning, and I do want to, and I don't want to keep you too long. Will you guys have tomorrow we'll do only machine learning. And
Okay.
machine learning, the reason is because I do really want you guys to go over, and let me stop the recording.